Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I've got game number 1 of a best of 1 coming up. It is a Zerg versus a Protoss, and spawning up in the top right hand position we have got IdrA as the red Zerg, and his opponent down in the bottom left, the blue Protoss player representing Vega. It is Xsnac. So, Xsnac versus IdrA. What's going to be going on? It's Derelict Watcher is the map. I'm still using this cool new overlay. I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you prefer this compared to the standard Game Hub one? Tell me, and then obviously I can adjust as people let me know. If you don't tell me, then I just have to keep doing what I think is right, and that's never as fun. So, Xsnac, he's a bit worried that IdrA isn't talking to him, which many may consider to be a good sign, because you're not getting verbally abused. But otherwise, it can be a downside if you just want a little bit of friendly conversation. Taking a look at the cool little setup. This changes to different Protoss units all the time. It's so awesome. Anyway, in terms of strategy on Derelict Watcher, IdrA really has the choice of going hatch pool or hatch pool. Those are the two main things. Really up against a pylon on the low ground, probably going to be a forge fast expansion. You want to be going for the pool first, just so you're a little bit safer, but there's no easy way for IdrA to know that, so it should just be around a 15 pool or something like that. We'll keep a good little eye out, but yeah, moving across the map now, we do have the probe after an early forge, so always the option for a cannon rush. Derelict Watcher has some nice little places to go for cannon rushes, like down here, which is well out of the way of the vision of the natural base, which can lead to some fun stuff. But IdrA, keeping an overlord just at the front of his base, he's going to be able to see this little probe come straight in there, and that means that he's likely going to be paying a lot of attention to what it's going to be doing, and really just trying to keep a good look to make sure that, hey, no cannons are going down or anything like that. But it is a hatch first, so down come the pylons. Oh no, IdrA, he pulls one drone. One lone drone, more on the way now. He realizes just how bad this situation could be for him, and this is why Derelict Watcher is such an annoying map, because the pylons cannot be broken. There's no way for drones to get through, won't ever kill all three in time to stop a cannon. So the cannon is now on its way. Repyloned up just to make sure it's definitely safe. And well, this cannon rush is going to be able to complete the hatchery on its way down. More cannons on their way down. Good little bit of mineral walking there by Xsnac. So can he actually win the game here? Probably not. IdrA can respond to this quite easily, and that's by getting down his spawning pool first and then going up to secure his third base. If he does that, everything will be looking quite good. More cannons coming up at the moment, so many pylons as well. But look at this on the bright side, it's not too much of a loss. Yes, it delays things, but even with the cancel of both of those cannons, that's still 450 minerals worth of expenditure. But Xsnac, he's coming over with this probe. Is he going to try and cannon rush the third? Is IdrA going to panic and make some Zerglings? Yes, he will. Well, not panic, that's the wrong word. Is he going to be prepared and make some Zerglings? Well, yes, he will. Also expanding up here to the normal 4th base location, and that is such a smart play. He's going to have the same number of hatcheries as he normally would, but just a little bit later. So really nicely done there. Meanwhile, Xsnac, he's delayed in terms of his tech. His gateway going to be hitting a lot later than normal because of all of this mineral investment in stopping the natural base come down. So actually, I'd say IdrA is in a pretty good spot at the moment, depending on how the follow-up's going to go. But Nexus, it's coming here. IdrA, he knows everything. He sees it all with this overlord. Nothing could be happening in the main because of the opening. There wouldn't be these two gases yet. So IdrA can deduce that it's unlikely to be any kind of super quick tech play or anything like that. But still moving forward, running in with this cute little probe, which will be able to get away. I hate him when probes die. It makes me sad. Probes are the nicest of all of the workers. They just seem so innocent. They'd be like, I'd never cannon rush you, honest. But then they do. And they break your heart. The horrible probes. Anyway, we do have the Zealot getting chrono boosted out at the moment, just to make sure Lings don't get in. But unfortunately, Zerglings are in. They got past the cannon, and while the Zealot is on its way out, 5 Lings, if microed correctly, will kill a Zealot. But with the aid of a probe, they may not be able to. So IdrA just trying to delay some mining time at the moment. He's trying to play a fun little dance game at the moment. Oh, the Zealot gets the first swipe off. This round does come down here, though, for IdrA. He should be able to take out the Zealot fairly easily now. If he can get the kill, that would be very good for him. The Zealot coming back in does go down, though, as a result of that. So the Zerglings trading quite nicely at the moment. Worker count 27 apiece, but the natural base of the 3rd and the 3rd base of the 4th for IdrA are now up. He hasn't had to deal with the cannon rush yet. He doesn't need to rush to deal with it either. These 3 Zerglings, unfortunately, probably limited in the amount of time they're going to continue to exist, as the Mothership Core is now out on the field. So we'll do a good job of just starting to whittle through them all. 2 down, only 1 more remains. That's going to try and get some scouting information. And that's really the best bet, just trying to see what is coming down here. Is there any specific tech that is on its way? Well, the answer is not as of yet. We'll take a quick look. Obviously, Queen's just coming through. +1 has got started, but IdrA, he hasn't seen that because his Overlord has hightailed it out of there, I do believe. Yep, up over to the side there. So he doesn't know there's anything researching there, doesn't really know what's following this up, and he's just going about his business. And his business is simply going to be getting a few more links, zerging speed, and being happy sitting on these 3 hatcheries. Yes, there's still a cannon on the back of his natural, but it's not too much to worry about. The worst thing about these positions is IdrA has 2 bases which are a little bit far away from his main to try and defend. So if there were pushes coming in from the side, that'd be quite problematic. But as far as I'm aware, the Zealot has no idea. Oh, sorry, Xsnac has no idea this is coming down. The Zealot definitely doesn't because he's miles away. Does know that this natural base or this 3rd base was taken, but that's all fine. 2 queens should be able to defend. That creep spread is critical for IdrA at the moment, who is getting up his Roach Warren and the Evolution Chamber. Just going to be trying to keep things going that way. 6 more lings on the way out. Burning one's already there, so a good amount of damage being done. The double queen able to force back the mothership core at the moment. Zealot will go down, and that's the end of that pressure, nice and simply. The Evolution Chamber is done. No upgrades as of yet, but we may see +1 missile attack shortly. That's what I feel is most likely, since Roach Hydra is a good composition going up against most of what a Protoss player will throw at you. What is Xsnac going to be throwing at IdrA? Well, quite simply, quite a few gateways. They're getting whacked in there. A robotic facility coming down there too. So this is going to be an interesting build. Generally, you see the robotic facility before these additional gateways. The additional gateways don't mean there's going to be the ability to defend against any pressure that could be coming. And with 4 roaches on the way, and of course the plus missile attack, there's unlikely to be too much aggression anytime soon. There's also static defense coming down. And you might be saying, well, isn't it a bit early to be blindly getting a spine and a spore? No. Not at all, and the reason for that is because the 2nd and 3rd base are so far apart. You want some static defense there, just in case either DTs or some air comes in, or any ground units make their showing, just to buy IdrA a little bit more time for him to come in and defend there. But there are some Zealots up in the main, unfortunately. They're tearing through some stuff, getting a couple of drone kills there, I believe, in total. If we look at just how many workers have been killed, but it's only 1 for the time being, so not much there. The roaches are going to be able to clean out this cannon pretty quickly. Prioritizing the cannon is the right thing to do in this situation, because, well, actually, if IdrA got a better arc, it would have been the right thing to do. Should pull back Challenge Roach, will lose 1 there, but he's just not too worried about the resources he's got. He's up to 61 drones, he's already going to start up his natural base. That takes him to 4 bases, even though the 3rd only just about to get started here for Xsnac. So IdrA's actually fractionally ahead in terms of the timings there, which is going to be very good for him. I have no doubt that he's going to be exceptionally happy about that, just to make sure that he's keeping 1 base up and a great economy. Now, bear in mind that the lair has not yet... Oh, sorry, the lair has been done. Take all of that back. Lair finished, but there's no Hydrogen as of yet. +1 missile attack nearly done. We do have Burrow. And also, obviously, Roach speed on its way down. That could lead to some fun stuff. IdrA pushing forward. What is there in terms of defense? Well, there is 1 Immortal already. No 2nd Immortal on its way through as of yet, though. Just a bit more Stalker heavy at the moment. Are we going to be able to see Xsnac defend against this little push? He should be able to. He's not got too many force fields, but he does have a lot of Stalkers, which will be helpful. Phoenix coming in, we got a few more roaches, or a lot more roaches, 10 in production. IdrA getting on the aggressive side of things with just so many units. What is he going to be able to achieve with this? At the moment, he's in full retreat because the Stalker's pushing forward. He doesn't have enough roaches here to engage, but it's buying him time to get into a good defensive position should he need to. And with the 4th base coming up, he's got a lot of production and a lot of income. He's getting tunneling claws too, so of course, for those who don't know, tunneling claws allows you to move the roaches while burrowed, get underneath force fields, apply a bit more pain, and just generally be as aggressive as possible. But are we going to see it be used? Well, for the moment, a 2nd robotics facility coming down. There is no robotics bay yet, so glad to see that was cancelled. If there was a robotics bay, then it might have been going into double Colossus production, but instead, a Templar Archives is going to be on the card. And, well, IdrA, just with the Roach Warren on its way out at the moment. Not too much, really more than that. Just a lot of burrowed roaches going to be tunneling their way through. Is there an observer down at the moment? Yes, there is. It's with the army too. That's going to be helpful, so at least it can't be completely negated. But IdrA looking to see if there's any way it can go. Xsnac just throwing down quite an early time warp, but advancing forward. out of the effective range of it, so a couple of Stalkers will die, even though Blink has been researched. One thing going for the Protoss, though, is the fact that +2 ground weapons is done, but IdrA ramping up the supply. He is now maxed on nothing but these roaches. Burrow is done, +1 is done, but Tunneling Claws is not, but that doesn't matter if you have all of the roaches up, and IdrA just plowing through. He's not even focusing down the Immortal, he is just killing absolutely everything. There was only the one there. Another Immortal has finished production and is out in the army and in the fight, but that is now getting focused. IdrA doing his utmost to break up the ramp. The Blink Stalkers unable to blink far enough away to save the Time Warp helping, but IdrA just burrows up, retreats away. Unfortunately, that Observer helping grant vision. A few more roaches in the mix. With Burrow, you can heal them up very quickly, though. Burrow's down, retreats away again as the Blink Stalkers come forward. In terms of resources lost, though, well, this is where things get pretty interesting. If we look at the units lost, 38 roaches have been taken down so far, but 2 Immortals and 22 Stalkers as a cost, and that is going to make things a little bit more tough. So if we take a look at their income, IdRA's still mining a considerable amount more, but now in we go with a lot of these roaches now, trying to deal as much damage as they can. The Archon gets taken down, the roaches still pushing up and in, more rally across the map. IdrA really putting on the pain. The Stalkers slowly whittling down in terms of number. A few more Warpins, but GG is called. And IdrA is victorious in taking this game. So I hope you all enjoyed that match. Showed a bit of an alternate strategy whereby Burrow Roaches are being used as opposed to Roach Hydra. And it shows that it can work very effectively, especially when an opponent has committed a lot of resources in a cannon rush. There's also a great way to defend against the cannon rush just by pretty much ignoring it and taking your 3rd and 4th instead. So if you liked that video, like this video, leave a cool comment and of course subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow with yet another new cast. I'm Madals, thanks for watching, bye for now.